Introducing the new Honeywell Evohome from Hot Water and Central Heating Limited. The Honeywell Evohome is a touchscreen colour device that uses a selection of automated radiator valves to enable you to control your heating in up to 12 different zones across the house. The new Evohome Colour uses a touchscreen system and can display 12 zones of heating, 6 at a time. So here we have 6 zones. You'll see here, for instance, the dining room has got a target of 15 degrees at the moment, but it's actually at 16.5. If we want to change that, we can click on the button for the dining room and it allows us to change what temperature we have the dining room at different times of the day. Fuel burning stoves are an excellent way of heating a room. Many of us now have got these in our houses. However, how does the heating system react to having a secondary heat source in the room? Well, in your house, most similar houses, they'll use a thermostatic radiator valve that will take about 10 or 20 minutes to react to this fire being on. And more importantly, that thermostatic radiator valve won't actually turn the boiler off when it shuts down. The boiler will continue firing. With the Honeywell Evohome system, we use these motorised valves here. These will communicate to the Honeywell Evohome and tell it that they're no longer required to heat the radiators, and the Honeywell Evohome will turn the boiler off. That means you will now be saving money because that boiler won't be firing unnecessarily. So here we are in the hallway, and the radiators are making a very good job at transferring heat from the 80 degrees of water inside the radiators into the 19 degrees of hallway. Unfortunately, that heat transfer is also occurring from this hallway outside, where it's 5 degrees or thereabouts outside. We're losing heat constantly from this room outside, and there's nothing we can do about it apart from turn the temperature down on the radiators in rooms we're not physically inhabiting at this particular point in time. And that's the way Evohome will save you energy, because it will stop you pumping heat into a room when you're not in it, and therefore if you don't pump a great deal of heat into a room, you have less heat to lose and more money to gain. It's a fact that if you turn down your room thermostat by about 1 degree, you'll typically save around about 10% of your energy bill for heating the house. So how does Honeywell Evohome actually get programmed? Well, once we've named all the zones, which will be done by us as the installer, you can just click schedule, and you'll find here the schedule for the various rooms. So if we take the lounge, we can edit the schedule for the lounge. So you see here, we're talking about Saturday, and we can say at 8 o'clock we'd like the lounge to be at 18 degrees, at 12 o'clock we'd like the lounge to be at 19 degrees, and so on. But if we want to change any of those, we just click them and we can say make it 20 degrees at 12 o'clock. And you'll see then along the top line there, the colours will indicate how cold or warm the room is at different times. What about the quick actions button? Well, if we're going away, in our case we've got a greyhound, and the greyhound gets very cold in the winter. Nancy the dog likes a nice warm room, don't you, Nancy? So we can press the Just Dog button that we've programmed, and as you can see, it turns the temperature down in all the rooms apart from the utility room where the greyhound lives. One of the clever functions of the new Evohome is it's relatively simple to connect it using a new Honeywell gateway device to your iPhone or Android phone. There's an app called Honeywell Total Comfort Connect, and using that app we can conduct most of the features of the Evohome from our mobile phones. So for instance, we can in real time look at the temperatures of our rooms, or if we programmed a feature into the Evohome under the special buttons, we can access that from perhaps our car or from our hotel, and we can, for instance, go to the custom setting, and the Evohome will allow us to set that custom setting, which in my case is keeping the dog's room warm while the rest of the house is rolled back to 14 degrees. So we can just set that until, in my case, the 16th of February here, and it's done. So now the house will all drop down to 14 degrees, but the dog's room will be comfortable. So some would say investing in this technology at this point is a bit risky because it's all new and it may turn out to be unreliable, unproven, etc. But the truth is, the Honeywell Evohome in all its guises is actually the third generation of a number of other products that Honeywell have launched since around about the year 2000. For instance, the Hometronic. Honeywell Hometronic was launched in around 2000. It actually does everything the Evohome does. However, it hasn't got such a sexy looking interface. It's a more clumsy looking box. But the technology, the radio transmission, the radio receivers is all interchangeable with Evohome. So actually, although Evohome is new, the technology behind it is well proven and has been in place for over 12, 13 years. In fact, my own house used to run on this Hometronic system.